Uh, we can hear paper shuffling a lot, and
Did that wake you up?
sure did.
It did. Hey, welcome everyone. Tech for Senior Live. Welcome to the show today. It's a really sunny day here in Comox, British Columbia. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's going to be a great day and great week. Welcome everyone to the show. If you're out there, just to let you know, we're broadcasting out to YouTube and to Facebook, and we have absolutely no idea who's out there listening. We could just be talking to ourselves, right, guys? So we would like you to sort of say hello, put your name in the chat. What we'd like today, we did your first car last week. This week, it'd be great if you could. What was your first pet? You know, put
Not their name, because that's
not your name. Just what was it? Mine was a hamster. And I might have had a goldfish before, but I don't remember back that far. But mine was a hamster. Was my first one. So if you can put in there, put your name and say, tell us what your first pet was, or the weather, or whatever you want to put in there. But just, hey, we like to know who's out there, so we can talk. Just to let you know, if you're new here and you're listening to the broadcast, let me tell you a little bit about it. We're the gang from Tech for Senior, and we have a show on Monday, and it's our big show, and we have do a lot of fun. We're in season 3 now, eh? The third year in a row. Bob, Huey, and I, but we've done it for 3 years, and so what we did is we decided to have a show on Thursday when we like to talk, and we have lots of fun getting together. So we thought we'd sit around, talk and talk about the news. So today is talking about this week's news, and what we're going to do is a little bit later we go over all the news articles that we've posted to our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, and the whole gang, Ray's away and Bill's away today, but we have a whole group, and they're all busy posting articles that they're interested in. So if you want to keep interested they're just tech articles. If you want to keep, if you want to stay, look at interesting articles, then just you can certainly follow our Facebook page. Now, then of course we podcast this out to as a podcast. So we have a podcast that should be out by tomorrow, and then of course we record all these and put them on our YouTube channel as well, and Facebook. So you can certainly keep in touch with us. Now we have 3 people today. I want to introduce everybody. We often do east to west, west to east, high to low. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? West to east this, or which way do you want to be introduced?
Flip a coin.
All right.
Heads you
I'll go.
win, tails I lose.
All right. We go with Huey first.
All right, I'm here.
There you go. So let me introduce Huey. Huey Poplik and I, of course, are do the show on Monday with Bob, of course, and Huey is from Florida. I've known Huey we've been doing the show now for 3 years. So Huey, of course, is a sort of a famous guy. You do the WinSig. You want to tell us about some of the things you do?
I do a Windows Special Interest Group for the Central Florida Computer Society. I'm on the board of directors at the Sarasota Technology User Group in Sarasota, Florida. And I live in Bradenton, Florida, where it's 82 degrees right now, and it's going to go to a nippy 72 tonight.
Ooh, you have to turn the furnace on. And then, of course, we have Bob Garcia from Los Lunas, New Mexico, but actually he's in Meadow Lake. Now, we talked last week about that because I spent some of my childhood at Meadow Lake, but it was Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, rather in Canada, rather than Meadow Lake in New Mexico, right?
Quite a different place.
Quite a bit different place. Bob's a sort of a famous guy too. He's been doing security technology stuff for a long time, but he's also a very talented guy that does a lot of Windows 10, 11. Man, you talk about everything. You've got a huge you do podcasting. You've got a big YouTube channel. You are a man of all trades, and of course, we're so lucky to have you as part of our Monday show, and of course, this show as well. You are an amazing individual, to say the least.
I'm going to leave now because I can't do any better than that.
Do you have anything to say? I thought I would take all the words out of your mouth.
Yeah, well, you almost did. You said, we're just geeks talking. Well, at my age, I don't need any geeks. I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah.
I think we're all in the same category. We're generalists. We know a little bit about a lot of things dealing with technology.
There you go.
And I think that's what we have in common, but we also, it makes it fun for us to get together and just talk about technology because we all have some interest in all the different aspects of it.
Yeah, and together we go back a whole lot more than just the 3 years of Tech for Senior, because I used to visit your clubs and we went to seminars and all kinds of stuff together. So
that's right.
And the only one of our group that I haven't met is Ron in person.
We've never seen each other. We talk almost every day, or pretty close, and we have never actually physically met. Bob, that camera you've got is so clear. Like I can see every freckle on that face of yours. It is really clear.
Well, if you could read the plaques behind me, then it'd really be clear. But that's a little too far away.
Well, it says the top one says certificate of something.
It is a certificate of something.
I can't read what the last part of it is. Yeah. Anyway, and I'm Ron Brown. I live on a little island off the west coast of North America and Canada, actually. And if you want to come and visit us, you have to go on an 1.5-hour ferry, and then you have to drive an 1.5 hours up the island. If you do miss the island, you'll be in Hawaii. If you miss Hawaii, you'll be where. So anyway,
Ron won't say it, but he's also somewhat famous. He does quite a few videos and a whole lot of other things.
Well, you just got to do what you got to do, right?
Yep.
And we got a few people in the audience. Let's take a look.
Well, let's have a look. Oh, Sally's here. Greetings from my iPad. Oh, did you get new Sally? Did you get a new iPad from Kirkland, Washington? Steve Powell from Kirkland as well. 42 degrees. We're sending you some nice weather, Steve. George Bowden from Victoria, and his first pet was a dog. Cool. Liz Milford, hi from Ohio. My first pet was a Shetland sheepdog. Yeah, we never had dogs. Linda Hoffman, Liz, I've had 10 of them. Oh, really? Sheepdogs. Love the breed, but my first pet was an Irish setter dog. So dogs seem to be I guess I'm the only one with a hamster so far. Charles Harchin, Lake of the Ozark, Cocker Spaniel, another dog. How about a cat? Did anyone ever have a cat? Gerald Smith, West Seattle, 42, partly cloudy. Jolin. Oh, Jolin's here. Hi, Jolin. Jolin, we see Jolin through another community all the time. She does a lot of tech work with her computer club. In fact, I think she does it every single day. She's very busy. Welcome, Jolin. Greetings from the low country of South Carolina. Bob Baxter, greetings from Bellevue, Washington. 42 degrees with sun and a few clouds. Yeah, we're sending you nice weather, man. It is really nice here. Stan Wallner, good morning from Orlando. Yes, we already heard about your nice bomb. 80 degrees, 20% chance of rain. Oh, 60% in the next 3 days. Ah.
Yeah, but our rain's down here. It'll rain for an hour and then clear up. It'll be sunny. And it doesn't cool it off at all.
It makes it more muggy.
Yep.
And now we don't know who the Canuck
gal
from Ontario. Now that she Canuck gal must be new because I haven't seen her on the show before. Welcome, by the way, Canuck girl. Steve Parker, certificate of appreciation.
Is that? He was able to read it.
He's got better. Either Steve has better glasses or a better camera or a better monitor. What have you got, Steve, that makes it so easy to read that? Dick Vogel, hello from cloudy Sanford, Florida. Certificate of appreciation, eh? How the heck did he see that? He must. You probably emailed. You probably chatted him and told him what it was.
He's probably got a better screen than we have.
All right. Now listen, you guys. I have. What we're going to do is. I always have. Oh, sorry. Did you have something?
4K monitor. That explains it.
Oh, he's got a 4K monitor. Well,
yeah.
There you go. Huey, did you, John says Canuck Gal is a Friday live game show participant with Michael. Oh, is that Michael Daniels? Is that
somebody who's a participant on his show?
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. George, Vancouver Island is huge, 40th in size in the world. It is. George lives in Victoria, down south. Yeah. So I usually have a little, and I show some gadgets that we looked at, and then we'll get into the news. I have some really cool stuff for you guys today. I got three video clips for you. So I want you to have a look at these. And this, I think you'll be impressed with this. All right. I spent all week looking for these 3 clips, and I got them for you. All right. So let's have a look here and see if I can find them. I want you to look at this. Now, this is 2 of these are from Kickstarter. This, I think, is commercially available, and I want you to watch this one. So I think you can go and buy this. So I want you to watch this and tell me what you think.
When you're at home, you're in a protected space. As soon as you go out of your house, you're faced with all these different pollutants.
Dust, gases, VOCs, pollen.
Noise pollution is also a really big issue.
Noise of jets, of construction sites.
How do you protect someone when they are commuting to work or going out? The idea of this machine was to overcome that problem.
Clean air, quality sound, on the move. Air purification inside a set of headphones.
We've got 2 compressors that sit in the ear cups. These compressors spin, which draws in air.
This filter removes particulate and gases from the air.
That purified air passes down through our visor at the front here.
The clean air is travelling round and then exits through this mesh.
And that provides the user with a zone, a bubble of clean air from which to breathe.
It's a great mix of things that Dyson have already tackled: filtration, acoustics and airflow. It's just about putting them in a smaller package that is wearable.
It's been a real journey of pushing the limits of what is possible.
Over 5 years of development, engineers' time and relentless testing, including hundreds of prototypes.
Really trying to drive the development into something that we're really proud of.
Really excellent machine.
It's a CPAP machine with headphones.
I just couldn't believe that.
For someone who has a problem with their lungs and stuff, that's probably a good thing. If you don't have one, I just spent 2 years of having to wear a mask every blessed place I went. I'm very happy not to have to wear something that covers my face.
That's
I just my personal thing. So
I couldn't possibly imagine wearing that. Can you? It's just, and that's a lot of engineering and stuff that went into that. So, I mean, it's going to give you some purified air on your nose. But like Bob says, we all just finished masking. Can you imagine going into a store with that on? Like, you're going to get the weirdest look, right?
And looking at it with all of that technology, that is not going to be cheap.
No, not by Dyson. It's going to be.
No.
I thought you got to be kidding. Anyway, it's a commercial product that's going to be out. You can buy it if you want. I don't have a price on it,
and I don't think Medicare is going to cover it.
Yeah. I thought that's a good one. Okay, now Bob, this is one for you. This is the one for you. The next, this is I don't know if you might have seen this. I don't know if you saw. This is a Kickstarter, so it's not available yet. But very interesting concept here. I want your opinion on this.
So you've earned some Bitcoins. Our congratulations. But are you sure they're safe? This Bitcoin wallet is fire, shock, and waterproof. But the coolest part is that it's impossible to hack because it contains no electronic components at all. It's a stainless steel plate with a Bitcoin address you can use to check your balance and receive funds. On the back, you'll find your unique private key covered by a metallic security strip. The key pair is generated by a state-of-the-art cryptographic engine on a secure audited system that's not connected to the internet. The pair is then engraved on the plate using a high-power fiber optic laser. Don't worry, the private key stays private. No one has access to it. The whole process is fully automated.
So now, does that make you feel any more secure with digital stuff?
No, and I'm not into Bitcoins. I read about it. I know something about it, and maybe that's why I'm not in it. Besides, it requires more money than I have. So
yeah. Well, now just to let you guys know, there's a couple of things that interviews I listened to. One was Warren Buffett. As you know, Warren Buffett with his Berkshire Hathaway, he dumped all MasterCard and Visa stock this year. And, his concern is he feels that digital currency, which we're already seeing now, you can use credit cards as digital currency now, will really surpass credit cards. That was the first article. And the second thing was an interview with the Bank of Canada, the former Bank of Canada, who was working for a pension fund now. They were talking about economy. No, that's not. It was this was with the Canadian head of the Canadian Mint. And the government's tasked him with looking at digital currency, not Bitcoin, because as you know, Bitcoin is speculative and it's based on the algorithm, how it works. But digital currency can be based on still the same values that the dollar is, or Canadian or American dollar.
Not worth much, you mean?
Well, yeah, right. or whatever it's worth, but it's just digital, right? And he was saying that all the countries in the world are exploring the possibility of not a Bitcoin speculative thing, but a cashless or digital system. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was interesting. And I thought so, but of course, Bob, you're always talking every week. You talk about this bank lost $200 million. This one lost, because people forget their whatever and or steal however they steal his money. So I thought, well, this is sort of interesting because this device is not on it's not connected to the internet or anything. So I mean, you could lose it, I guess. That would be a bad thing, but other than that, it's sort of interesting. So okay, so the last one, this is, you guys, this, if you're listening to the show now, this is a guy's tool. Well, it could be a girl's too, but this is something every man wants. Anybody who does woodworking, this is so cool. But this is a Kickstarter, but I will buy this as soon as it's available. Watch this.
Like an extremely useful tool, this tape measure delivers fast, accurate, and forget-free measurements with robust digital measuring technology. In the end, you'll be able to collect all the data faster and even more accurately. Well, yeah, everything's pretty glanceable on the tape, but let's be honest, a built-in OLED display that shows both English and metric units is definitely a winner here. With the click of a button, all the numbers are saved on a side-mounted e-paper display. The green laser projection adds several points to the accuracy. All the results will also be sent to the dedicated app on your phone for making distinct job sites, layouts, and cut lists. The device is durable yet lightweight, so you can work all day without breaking a sweat.
Now, that is cool.
I don't do woodworking anymore, but I still have my toys and my tools, and yeah, I think that might get added.
Can you imagine how many times you've been measuring something and you can't find the pencil, and then you got to write it down someplace?
You write it here, done that many a time.
I thought that is so cool, and it sends it to your phone. It's on your
Sends it to your phone and actually prints it out too.
I know. I thought this has got to be crazy good. Oh man, that's definitely. I got to hopefully Bill James is watching this, because but those two are both Kickstarters, so you can't sort of buy those off the shelf yet. So anyway, have we got any comments? Anybody out there that wants to talk to us?
Let's see where we are.
Donna, Olympia, Washington, 41 degrees. JJ Johnson, 34 degrees. Snowing. Waukegan, Illinois, snowing. Steve Parker, hazmat suits, anyone?
That was in response to the earphone mask.
Right.
Mask.
Oh, Joan's from Victoria. Hello from Victoria. Yep. Hello, Joan. Jolyn, hey guys, hit the thumbs up and support. Thank you, Jolyn. Thanks a lot. That's a good one. Thanks a lot. And remember, if you can tell us what your first pet was, not the name, we don't do that because that could be a security risk. Yeah, the other thing was we were talking about early in the show is your the other thing is your first phone number that you ever had. And that's my first phone number was 50 years ago, right? Like, who would remember what it was? But usually your first phone number you remember, and I do remember what that phone number was.
Yeah, I can remember mine from 50 years ago. I can't remember the one I have today.
That's right. Exactly. That's right.
I can remember we didn't have phones.
Oh, Bob, come on.
Hey, it's a fact.
Two Campbell soup cans and a string, right?
You guys. But although, Huey, what was your first number? You said it was an exchange.
It was a 5-digit number, and then we moved when I was 16, 17, and it was a 3-digit, 1 letter, and the letter was because it was a party line.
Isn't that funny, man? Amazing.
Was that one of the ones on the phone where you had a,
No, you just picked it up, and the operator would say, "Number, please." And you say, "Hey, Millie, let me talk to Bob at 216R," and then she'd plug something in a hole, and I'd be talking to him.
Yep.
Well, we had the first private, like, we lived in a new section of Edmonton in Alberta, and it was but it was party line. Like, for a couple of years I think there was a party line, and my dad had the first. He was sort of a techie guy back before there was technology, right? Anyway, he decided we should have our own phone number, so we actually were the only people on the street that had our actual own. Everyone else used the exchange, but we had our own personal phone number for about a year. Anyway, it was sort of fun. All the kids came over, they thought it was so cool we could phone on our own number. So, all right, shall we do some news?
Yeah, let's look at some news.
Let's do some work.
And by the way, for those listening, especially on the podcast, the news that we talk about is not the normal crap that you listen to. This is all technology stuff.
It is. And if you want to follow along now, you can certainly do that. And you can follow it along on our
Facebook page.
That's right.
That's what I'll be doing.
So I enlarged it a little bit for you guys, although Steve probably doesn't need that. He's got this incredible monitor with this eagle eyes. So anyway, this is our here we go. All right, so let's go with the articles. So we're going to go down the articles. We'll whoever posted them gets to talk about them.
I guess I'm not talking.
Well, you can call. All right. So this was I just read this a couple of minutes ago, and this is, I don't know, Bob, did you see this? This was out of a blog on Google, and it was checking the facts with Google features. This is a new. If we click this, this is the check the facts with Google features, and this is a new Sundar, of course, the head of Google. He's the CEO. is investing $10 million to help fight infection, or not infection, to help fight misinformation. And so they're going to add this to the search terms. Now, if you can see this, when it comes up, you're going to see when you search, if you type in search here, you may or may not be able to see this, but where does it come up here? Yeah, and it looks like these results are changing quickly, and it will tell you whether the search is valid or not. And if you come down here, this one tells you you'll see highly cited. So if you see it, it does fact checking. It will tell you right at the top here. It says highly cited, and then it comes down here and it does a fact checker. And you'll see.
The problem is, can you believe the fact checkers?
Yeah, that's right.
As we have in the news right now, you know, what was called one thing and something that was supposed to be a hoax or misinformation is now actually the truth.
Yeah.
So, you know, the problem is you can't believe the people that check the facts, that they don't have their bias, and that's what's being portrayed. The best way to check is to check on 50 different sites.
Well,
with different leanings.
Yeah, and in fact, Google is not using their own. They're actually going to link it to the fact-checking sites. So you'll be able to see that when it does fact-checking, it actually go down the list and show a bunch of different sites on there. I thought it was interesting. This is coming. This is coming to Chrome in the future, not in the not too distant future. And I thought that was sort of interesting. Just to remind everybody that Zoom is soon going to kill off the Chrome app. So if you will need the PWA. Now, I did a talk on this and did a video on Zoom's PWA. I didn't check on my phone, but on the Chromebook, you will only find the Zoom PWA in the Android Play Store right now. So just to remind yourself, and at the top of the Zoom app, it tells you this will be, I think June is the last time. So I wanted everybody to make sure that they're aware of that in switching over to the progressive web app. That's important. Oh, and I wanted to remind Huey, you talked on Flex, eh?
I did a recording on it, and it's actually quite popular on YouTube. There's over 730 or so views on it so far on installing the Chrome OS Flex.
So you can take an old machine now, a Windows machine that doesn't work very well, and you can put the Chrome operating system on and make it a Chromebook. Maybe in the show notes, if anyone out there has done that and had some success, put it in the chat and let us know what your experience is with it. I have some suitable machines that I could put that on. I just haven't got around to doing it yet.
I have tried it and I have had no success.
Really? What was the problem, Bob?
It just won't work.
It just won't run, eh?
Yep. I can't even try it. You know, it just gets to a certain point and then it does nothing.
It does.
Are you able to at least run it from the
no
a USB stick?
No. And I tried it on 3 different machines. I tried creating the USB on different machines, on different USB sticks. It just isn't working.
Well, you can create the stick on any machine, and if you get a successful one, you can use that on any of the machines to install it. You don't have to. You don't have to do it on that particular machine.
Correct. But I created it on different machines just in case there was a problem creating it on one machine. But the end result has always been the same. No matter what machine I try it on, it just never ever boots into that operating system.
Oh.
Anyway, it's pretty popular now, and it's being used. So if you do that, and if you do it, and you want to learn more about the Chrome operating system, Huey and I do a Chromebook session, a learning Chromebook once a month, right? fourth Thursday, and we've been doing it now almost 2 years. So we've got a big bank of stuff that you can use all about Chromebooks. So you're welcome to come, and you just need to register, but it's free, and you can find the registration at www.techforsenior.com.
And every month Ron does a update, because now they're updating the operating system, the Chrome OS, once a month. Ron does an update on what each of the new items are for that month.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be able to do another one for April, because the Chrome OS 100 is supposed to be released tomorrow, April 1st.
It's going to be out tomorrow, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
April 1st. And you know what April 1st is, don't you?
Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. So just be careful, folks, what you read on Facebook and anywhere else. It could be a Facebook joke. So if something looks too wild or too interesting or too good to be true, it's liable to be an April Fool's joke.
Okay. All right.
Now the Chrome browser is already on version 100.
It has not been officially released. If you go to update the browser, you do all of the beta testing. So yeah.
No, this one is not a beta.
No, I didn't check this morning.
I don't know. I don't want to check because I'm going to have to reboot I don't want to reboot my Chrome.
You can just leave it, but that's what I'm going to check mine right now while we're doing this about Chrome.
Maybe everyone could have a look, and if you're on,
Chrome, and it's updating, so it's probably going to be 100 when I'm done.
Yep.
Oh, so you're going to have one
updating very fast, so that's good. All right.
So that's something everyone can sort of. Well, it'll update automatically, won't it?
It should.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But there's lots of people out there saying that 100 is going to cause problems like the Y2K issue.
Yep.
And I haven't heard anything from anybody, if it's been released, that there's an issue. So it's again Chicken Little, was it, or something that's the sky's falling?
Yeah.
Yep.
For those of you who just come into the or just started listening, we're just going over the news of the week. We're listening to news, and if you have we got anybody we should be catching up on? Any comments?
Yeah, I was just looking at that right now.
Dick says, "What's a candlestick phone?"
It was one. It was up in the air and had a little round thing, and you picked up the earpiece, and it was a cord. You'd listen on the earpiece and hold the phone in your hand.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. I remember. Okay, yeah, that's a candle. Okay,
you probably remember from the phones, from the movies. If you don't remember having one.
Yes, John, it is the Play Store. On the Chromebook, it was the Play Store has the PWA. Now that's not true with Microsoft. Microsoft has the PWA on Office.com, which is true. I talked about that in the last video I made. But at least the PWA for Zoom for a Chromebook was at the Play Store. I also think you probably get it off the Zoom site. I'm not sure, but it was the PWA was in the Play Store, the Android Play Store.
The Murray website would redirect you to the Play Store.
Yeah, Murray, talking about Flex, it won't run. We're not having any success. Bob and Murray can't do it. Stu says Chrome 100 is on beta today. Really? Murray says C creators admit C Unix are hoaxes. Okay. Not sure what that was.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is Chrome 100? You just loaded it, didn't you, Huey?
I don't know. I'd have to reboot to find out. Something was updating.
Don't do that yet.
Something was updating in my browser, so I'm gonna have to wait.
Bob, what's this all about? Did you say today is backup day or something?
March 31st is World Backup Day.
Oh.
So I have a couple of things on backup.
So I have to back up the world today?
No, but you should back up your computer.
Oh, okay.
If you don't normally do it, then do it, because this is backup day. And remember, if you don't back it up and something happens, and it usually happens when you don't expect it, you're going to lose all your personal stuff.
Yeah, and your computer knows when you haven't backed up.
That's correct.
Bob, is there any big difference between backup on Windows 10 and Windows 11? Is it pretty similar, same menu sort of thing?
It's using the same thing if you want to do an image backup that's been around since version 7 of Windows.
Mm-hmm.
But it's how do you get to it when you're on Windows 11? 10 was a little easier, 11 has gotten harder, and I imagine by the time Windows 12 comes out, this won't be around anymore.
And that's why you did a video about this.
That's correct.
And the video, of course, is on our webpage. It's on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Windows 11 image backup.
The link to the video is on your Facebook page. Right.
That's right. There you go. So if you're confused, you can't find the menu, Bob's done a video on that. Thank you, Bob. And you can just watch it from there.
And a good thing about Bob's videos, he doesn't get into real technical ways of doing things. It's pretty much almost anyone who uses a computer can follow what he says. So they are good technology information videos.
They're designed to teach the person that doesn't know how to do it.
Yep.
Huey, I put this on here to remind me to ask you to remind everybody, because you talked about this at our Learning Chromebooks, about Steam on Chromebooks. Can you tell us about that?
Well, Steam is a service of playing games, and it's becoming a big deal for those who are gamers that they're going to be able to run Steam on their Chromebooks. But it's going to have to be a fairly powerful Chromebook, relatively new. But if you're not a gamer, you have no interest in it. So you're not going to ever play with Steam, so I haven't. But there are some people who play games and would like to do it on their Chromebooks, and they're going to be able to.
But be prepared to spend a hefty penny on your Chromebook.
Yep.
You won't do it on a $200 Chromebook.
Mm-hmm. I guess our audience, I'm not sure really if we have a gaming group. I haven't really said.
I know there's a few of them out there because I've talked to them where they do some gaming. They're doing them either on their Windows machines, or they have one of the separate dedicated gaming machines like a PlayStation or the Microsoft. What's the Microsoft one? I can't remember the name. But there's PlayStation from there's Sony, and there's a couple of different ones out there.
All right, Bob, this is another article on World Backup Day.
Yeah, this comes directly from worldbackup.com.
Okay.
And they give you some nice tips on how to back up depending on what operating system, whether it's on your machine, on an external hard drive, or whether you're doing it in the cloud. So it's a worthwhile read.
Okay, good. Thank you. It's a good one.
And the next one is the same, basically how to back up, where to back up. And this is put out by, well, the company is going to have a new name soon called Assurian. If you know, you break it, I fix. That name is going to be changing to Assurian.
Really?
I know them better as You Break, I Fix.
Yeah. Like, why would they change the name?
I've been to You Break, I Fix.
Yeah.
And I broke it, and they did fix it. And they're changing their name. So I don't understand why, but
they got bought by somebody.
No, this is actually the company that owns You Break, I Fix. They've now decided to adopt the corporate name instead of the brand name that everybody knows.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, I would never remember Assurian, but I always remember You Broke, I Fix.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I brought this up just to remind everybody, maybe if you're listening and you use YouTube TV, you could put in the chat, what your feeling about it is. YouTube TV is not YouTube. YouTube TV is a separate item other than YouTube, and this of course has your full TV programming, just like your local TV station or your cable service. It's very popular. It's really taken off in the United States. A lot of the 5G networks are using it to provide local broadcasting to the areas. It is only available in the United States. It's not available in Canada. But they initially they're going to bring in surround sound to more devices. So
I'm a YouTube TV subscriber, have been for quite a while. One of the things I like about YouTube TV is they have unlimited DVR.
Oh, really?
So I don't have to worry. I can DVR anything I want, and it's all in a cloud, and so I have available anything I want if I want to record it.
But I believe it only stays there for 90 days, correct?
I don't know, but that's fine. But in most cases, then it's available on your on demand. So most of it you can get on demand through YouTube TV as well. It is a little bit more expensive than the others, but it has all my local channels, all the channels out of Tampa, all the channels out of the one channel out of Sarasota. And so I got all the major networks, plus all of the things I'm interested in. And I did subscribe to Friendly TV for Robin because it had the Hallmark channels, but YouTube TV now has them. So when my Friendly year is up, I'm not going to renew that because there's nothing else there that I need. So YouTube TV has a lot of the channels that I wanted. But
YouTube TV just added a whole bunch of the old TV shows.
Yeah.
That was brand new. That's something that they've just added.
Right. And that's another good point is now we're not talking about YouTube TV, but just YouTube in general. A lot of times, if I go and I want to watch an older show, I look on Netflix and they don't have it. And I look on Prime and they don't have it. But the YouTube almost always has it. Now it's not free. It'll be $5.99 or $4.99 or whatever, but at least you can find it and it's there. It's so just if you're looking for an old movie, do a search on YouTube and you're likely going to find it. It's amazing what they've got.
There's a few comments. Let me go to them.
Murray says, first thing I do is delete all the games. I got an Oculus. Oh, yes, but I'm not. She got okay. I got an Oculus Quest. Yes, I've done a lot of videos. I have an Oculus Quest, and I've done a bunch of videos on VR. I've tried 3 times to send a message without success. Updated Chrome browser now. Wow. Call it done. Using USB installed Chrome Flex on a SATA 3 SSD using a Win 7 Lenovo desktop PC. Then moved the SSD to an old Win 95 HP desk that didn't have a BIOS boot from USB. Chrome Flex runs fine on HP. There you go. Yeah, so those are good applications for that. John says now version 100.0.489.
That's what I said. Yep.
That's 64-bit. Okay.
Yep. So they updated it today. Yep.
There you go. Bob, any big changes in I don't have it yet. Any big changes in the
No, nothing big. Outside of the fact it didn't crash the internet.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be doing our show today, would we?
No, that's I was wondering. Okay. Interesting. Oh, now this was interesting. This came up this morning. Apple may sell the iPhone and iPad as a subscription service. And I thought this was interesting because Bob and I recently bought the Pixel 6, right? Bob of course bought the Pro version just because he had to be one step ahead of me. But anyway, Bob and I own the Pixel. But one of the things that Google brought out this year was you can actually buy it by subscription. And I just want to let everyone know that, and I think,
but that was available right from the beginning. That was one of
yeah,
the choices I looked at, and I said,
yeah,
that was an option, but you had to go with their Wi-Fi.
yes, their package deal. But
Right.
all the packages that they had, I have. Like you had to have YouTube Premium, and you had to have Google One, and a bunch of different services. But I have all those, and I'm paying for them. Unfortunately, it's not available in Canada. It's only available in the United States, but it is based on a subscription service. So you basically get the phone, you pay a monthly basis, and then when the new phone comes out, they just send you the new phone.
Yep.
Now, and Apple may sell iPhone and iPad as I thought Apple did that. Was that my mistake? I thought Apple on iPhones, you could just do that on a monthly basis, and they would just send you a new phone.
I think AT&T and maybe one of the other ones too had something where when the new ones came out, you could update for above it, but it wasn't Apple itself. It was the phone service that was doing it.
So it's interesting, and I think this is a new, as these get more and more expensive, of course the details will be just how much a month does it cost. Now it's so interestingly, there was also today I was reading an article about, I think it was the Sony was bringing their PlayStation. They're bringing out you're going to be able to buy it on a subscription basis as well. So people are moving to subscription based services. That was interesting. So if you are going to buy a new Pixel phone, you might want to look at that. I would have definitely gone that route. But I couldn't do that because
I would have too if I didn't have T-Mobile as my phone service.
Yeah. And I know that everyone's really anxious to get this new Dyson air purifier, but I thought I'd put the article up. But if you want more information about that, that's the article. Chrome announces OS 100. Guess what we're talking about?
Yep.
Yep. There you go. So
and it says it's still a day out, which means tomorrow.
Right.
The beta works fine
for the Chrome OS. Yep.
There we go. Bob, what is this all about? This looks cool.
Well, everybody has those nice things up on their roof, and they're getting their electricity from the sun. This is something that doesn't give you electricity. It gives you water. Yeah, filtered water, and it's taken out of the air.
Really?
Yep.
That's called rain. That's called rain, Bob.
No, this is taken out of the air, just the moisture that's in the air. And those panels take that out of the air, and they give you water.
Well, there's going to be somebody that's going to say, "Oh, you can't do that," and it's going to harm.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
you can.
They're going to say no. They're going to say you shouldn't do that. Is what I mean. Not you can't, but you shouldn't.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, there's a lot of the big guys with lots and lots of money that are backing this thing. So I don't think that's going to happen.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I would assume probably works better in areas that you have a higher humidity. If you have really low humidity, like in the middle of a desert, it's probably not going to work that well.
Yeah, but this is where they're planning to use it.
Oh, really?
Where you have a lack of water.
Oh, okay. Cool. Interesting.
Have to read more about that.
Yeah. Yep. Now this is interesting. What's this about? Google Play Store isn't always. Come on, Google's safe, Bob.
What? Google Play Store isn't always safe. And this is a video, and I tell you all about the fact that you can't always depend on everything that you'll find on the Google Play Store, but you also can't depend on stuff that you find on the Microsoft Play Store or even the one on the Apple Store, because the bad guys get on there. They may come down pretty soon, but for the time that they're up, they wind up getting on somebody's phone or somebody's tablet.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you download, even if
Correct.
you
And
find it
this
in
gives
any
you
of
this
those
gives you
stores.
the
Yeah.
tips and the insides of what to look for, so you don't automatically fall for something that sounds good but really isn't.
That's good. That's great. Thank you for doing that video. I was just going to say, what should we be looking for? But I guess we just watched the video, right?
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
The other day, I clicked on something on a Facebook, and then I realized, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was a sponsored thing. I clicked on the link, and it brought up a page. There was nothing on the page, and it didn't do anything. And I shut it off. Immediately went to Malwarebytes, and yep, it downloaded an exe file ready to run it. And I put it in quarantine and deleted it.
All right. Yes, that's Malwarebytes. We did Bill James did a great talk on our show last Monday about using Malwarebytes. So if you are interested, you certainly can go back and look on the show. We timestamp all the it's a YouTube video, and we timestamp it. So if you want to go back and have a look right at that section he did a really good talk on using Malwarebytes. Now this is interesting. Did you guys see this? This article, this is Apple Digital ID is finally here with 15.4. Now, what this is going to be is this is where you can actually use this for going through TSA at the airports and all your pre-screening it. Like it's like having a what are the passes? I have a Nexus pass, but it's going to be like a TSA pass, the priority passes you get for, in the airports when you go through. And this is all going to be, and it's going to have your.
It's not that so much as it's the actual driver's license will be legal.
Right.
Yeah.
Ray talked about that a week ago today.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you're going to have this. Going to have the TSA screening on there as well. I think that's pretty cool.
I just got a reminder. It's time for me to renew mine. The only thing is since I'm doing everything from home, why would I renew it? You only need it when you get into the airport.
Yeah. I thought about it, and the question was, our Nexus passes come up this year, and I was wondering about it, but I thought, it's such a lot of work to get it and to give it up, and if it just keeps me out of this long lineup, maybe in a couple of years when I'm traveling somewhere, it's worth it. Anyway, so yeah, this is very interesting, and maybe shades of things to come. Bobby, have you seen anything about Android? I don't see anything about Android in doing this. Is this exclusively Apple?
Right now, that's strictly for Apple.
Probably for
strictly
security
on an
reasons.
iPhone.
Probably for security reasons, the iPhone is more secure than
That's
Android.
correct. Yep.
Few comments out from our audience.
Bill says, John, a couple of reasons that messages fail to type or send. First, if I start YouTube without signing in. Second, each time the host switches screens, it stops typing. Use Notepad to copy and paste. Murray says, this is an offer for free backup and recovery available for about 14 hours. Oh, okay. So I guess
that's from Aomi Tech, and Aomi has a pretty good backup system.
Yep.
I used it for a year or two when I bought my first a NUC. The people who put the NUC together for me added the Aomi backup, and that's what I use for backup.
You still use it?
No, I'm using True Image, or whatever they call it now.
Okay. Thank you, Murray. Thanks for letting us know. John says, thanks, Bill. I finally got it to work, but we'll keep that in mind for future issues.
Okay.
Mobile Internet Resource Center just put this out. And this is an excellent video on mobile satellite internet options, spring update. But of course, Huey does his famous Starlink report, which we should probably be getting another one in the not too distant future on our Monday show, on which is, of course, is Monday show is our Tech for Senior Monday. So, Huey, did you want to, anything striking you that we should be knowing about the new Starlink, or what's happening?
They put another group of satellites up within the last week, and then the one from, I think it's Amazon's, one of the other ones put up the one that they sell a free ride up and back. Went up this morning. Yep.
It was a pretty, I think 18 mile an hour when they hit ground. So I guess somebody got jolted. Everybody's fine, but it was.
They landed at 80 miles an hour?
No, 18.
Oh, 18 miles an hour.
Yeah. That's still,
Yeah.
That's a nice bump.
Yeah. It was a nice cloud of dust because they land in the desert.
Well, I think when I'm riding my bike around and I'm going 18 miles an hour, I'm flying, right? I don't want to hit a tree at 18 miles an hour. Yeah. All right. Anyway, this is a good video. If you're interested, you can watch.
Yeah. What he's doing is taking Starlink, OneWeb, Viasat, and Hughes, and comparing their prices and speeds and so on. There's also something from another article that I'll be posting in the next Starlink report that compares them as well.
Bob, you're talking about cables. Now, Huey, just let you know, not Huey. I get Huey. Dewey Close, of course, did a whole series of articles this last on our Monday show on USB-C cables, and I had no idea they were so complicated or so many different types. Anyway, Bob, you have this is an interesting article.
Yeah, next generation USB 4 technology has arrived, and this cable features that technology.
And they are
better
down.
bandwidth management and data transfer, allows you to maximize the efficiency of your connected devices.
And they're compatible with the new cables are compatible with the older USB-C. So if you buy the new cable, even if you don't have that feature in your present computer, you will in a future one or in a future phone.
Yep.
Very interesting. And you can see the cables look thicker because I guess there's more wires in there, right?
Yeah, it's a braided wire.
Yeah, it looks like it's
make it stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. This is, we talked about this. I just did version 100. This must be the same thing, eh, Bob?
Yeah, well, I posted this on the March 29th.
Right.
I just updated to version 100, and it didn't break the internet.
Perfect. How to change the default browser in Windows 11?
Yeah, Microsoft fixed that, and Bob explains. I guess I haven't watched it yet, and I want to. They fixed it. Didn't tell anybody that it's now included in the operating system and the updates.
Yeah, I have a video that shows you exactly how to change, and it's now a one button, and you change everything.
Yeah,
not the way it was before, where you had to change each part that your internet actually needs.
Yeah, I was listening to This Week in Windows, which is a weekly podcast. I was listening to it when I was walking this morning, and they were talking about it.
And a little commercial as our last news article. This was our newsletter, and of course, Chris Gould from Geeks on Tour will be on our show Monday, and she is going to be talking about how to take better digital pictures with your camera on your smartphone, and that should be a very interesting talk. So, for those of you who be sure and come to our to our Monday show, which of course is Tech for Senior on Monday. It's you can either see it on Facebook or YouTube, or of course come to our Zoom meeting. All the details, of course, are found at techforsenior.com. Well, guys, it's another,
very close to almost the
it's
top of the
almost
hour.
done. So that's we had a good talk and some interesting videos. So I guess the Dyson isn't the big hit, but man, that the tape measure there, I think I'd buy that tomorrow if it was at Best Buy or at Home Depot. That looks so cool. Yes, indeed. And do we have any comments out there, Huey? Anything to wrap up with before we go?
My phone was ringing. Maybe my car is ready. I haven't had a cart for 3 days, and they might be calling me saying it's ready because they've tried twice. No, there are no more comments.
No more comments, eh?
But I muted myself so you wouldn't hear the loud ring that I have in my phone. So,
all right, thanks.
But hopefully, I'll have a car in the next hour or two.
There you go.
In 3 days,
I suggest you insist that you get a rental.
Yeah, if they tell me it's going to be more,
I have to give you one.
Especially over the weekend, I'm definitely going to have them do that.
Right. Listen, I want to thank everyone for coming. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us today. I think we had a good show. We will see you same time next week. Don't forget this is up as a podcast, and please don't forget to come to our show on Monday. Monday's their big show, and Chris Gould will be there. It's going to be a fun show. Lots of exciting things happening. And you guys take care. And I'll see you probably Saturday morning when we plan the
do our show planning. And it's good to be back. And thank you everybody for your thoughts and sentiments and cards and donations to the ALS fund. It's been an interesting week to say the least. And just to let you know, I'm doing fine.
Thanks a lot for letting us know, and you take care. And Bob, any big plans for the day? Or
I'm going over to the senior center as soon as we get finished. I have a couple of pool matches.
You're gonna play pool this afternoon?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go play pool.
I'm gonna go sit by mine.
All right, there you go. All right, bye everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye now.
Bye everybody.